Hi, welcome to Quant Tech and welcome to 2 days of quantitative technology analysis and our detailed and granular views of technology and computational shifts in quantitative tech analytics, in insurance analytics, buy side risk, and retail finance analytics. However, more specifically, today we're going to cover the state of hardware acceleration. I am Sidhartha Dash, or Sid Dash, and I'm the Chief Researcher at Chartis Research. So without any further ado, let's jump into the state of play in hardware acceleration and what it means for computational and quantitative analytics. Hardware math coprocessors and hardware acceleration have been around for a long time. However, more specifically, the GPU and the programmable GPU since late 2007, 2008, has been providing significant gains through effective data parallel programming. There's been a long period of evolution, but finally we think that computational architecture has started to take a revolutionary leap forward. Meanwhile, the ecosystem surrounding it, the database infrastructure, the languages, etc., have been continuing their underlying evolution. And today we think there is no reason why anybody building computationally intensive tools, software, and capabilities cannot leverage this increasingly mature ecosystem. Let's look at some of the things that have been driving this in the last few years. First of all, the growth of AI, the growth of traditional, it's really interesting that we have to call things like machine learning, etc., traditional AI. Well, traditional AI in the sense that traditional statistically oriented AI, as well as natural language processing and the somewhat more recent generative AI type technologies. All of this has essentially meant that there's been massive and significant investment into data parallel computing generally, and much more specifically, the GPU ecosystem, and even more specifically, the NVIDIA ecosystem, if you will. This has dragged along and commoditized the capabilities such as more data parallel databases, etc. It has essentially changed and made available a whole range of data parallel friendly technologies across the stack. So we now have capabilities genuinely across the stack. But what's really interesting over the last few years has been the availability of now new cloud paradigms, new cloud platforms such as CoreWeave, and of course the opening up of traditional HPC platforms that were traditionally limited to academia have now made a broader set of data parallel capabilities available and will be making it available to a broader community, if you will. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you have a statistical AI or even Gen AI problem to take advantage of this infrastructure. It could be that you have a more classical Monte Carlo simulation problem. It could be that you are leveraging Monte Carlo simulation to solve more traditional PDE type problems. Even then, the available architecture is your friend and enables you to take advantage of the computational capabilities opened up. Equally, what we have now started to see is a true maturity in the developmental frameworks, a much broader universe of tools, libraries, and accelerators that allow you to handle the data parallel environments of the GPUs, but other infrastructures as well. Equally, GPU grids, where you may need to be architecturally aware, but now there is a tool for that. So in many, many ways, what we are now starting to see is the maturity of the tools environment, a maturity of the supporting database environment, and hopefully increasingly a maturity of the cloud environment that supports uh, the more array-oriented and data parallel type computational strategies, which essentially means now they can be present in across the board in any aspect of your problem, any aspect of the software. It doesn't necessarily, as I mentioned before, have to be a machine learning problem. It can be an option pricing problem solved in the classical way, but it can take advantage of the overarching gains that we have seen in novel hardware. And GPUs are the leader in this transformation, but not the only player. There are other infrastructures, FPGAs being one of the critical ones and having driven the revolution in low latency computing. That's a story for another day. As mentioned before, computational architecture has taken a revolutionary leap forward while rapidly evolving its core ecosystem. Thank you.